Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. I am Ananda Rose, and I hope that you are catching us live as we are here on the channel and we are doing Egypt's activation. Really awesome to be here today. And what can I say? Kia ora, welcome, hello, salam alaikum, salam alaikum, and Egypt's activation, right? So we had to say hello like that. I have with me online and on the ground, Claire in Egypt, and Maria Teresa in Florida. So that's awesome, right? And we must all be conscious that Maria Teresa has woken up very early because it's like 4 a.m. now in Florida. Okay. So, hi, Claire. How are you going?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm not sure if I know it's kind of hard to see and I'm really tiny on my screen, but right behind me, it's a little hazy. There is, you'll see the pyramid, the Great Pyramid right behind me. So
Yes,
I'm
I can.
sitting on
We
the
can.
ground
Yeah, yeah. We can see the
right in front of the
outline of
pyramid.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Claire, there's a little bit of delay, so I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm interrupting you. Um, hey, if you moved a little bit to your right, or yeah, there we go. Look, that's amazing. Oh, we saw it. Isn't the universe amazing? Look at that. Thank you, Claire. Wow, that is
Wow.
awesome. That is awesome. We saw
hmm
it. Right. Claire, thank you so much for doing this. There is something amazing that's going to happen today. And I know from what we've been talking about prior to going online that, or going live, that you've been having some incredible experiences. And we can talk about that when you're back home and we can talk about it on the channel. Right, Maria Teresa, welcome and thank you.
Hello, Ananda. Hello, Claire. It is wonderful to be here. Absolutely such an honor.
Yes, and it's an honor to have you here, both of you. And like, who would do this, right? Only love would bring such people
Yes.
into the world and into our spaces, right? Friends, let's talk about this activation that we're doing, right? If you watch the promo, then you know that this activation is not like the ones we did for the continents. For the continents here in the Southern Hemisphere, it's a little bit different. Okay. Now, I'm going to first start off with some light language, and then we're going to talk about why this activation, who it's for, and anything else about it before we just crack on. All right. So today I've got my incense burning, yeah, as I do, and we're just going to bring in some light language. Hey, if you have a crystal available to you, whether it's a grounding crystal, if it's I see you've got the Lemurian crystals there, whatever it is that you have that helps you to ground yourself, let's get it together. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Come tento foranat. Koromatea, 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 koromato, inata faranatea, to, Oh, وخمتي بيتي تهود وموت فرنا Oh, la 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 maha oh hey أنا كفت تدور مخاي ورما خفتني كتتوت مخاي ثم تمتي رتفانا لا 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 Here to Fana Karai to Kormachai to the Master Basco to Fana Karai to Faranachai. Emotepe, Temoto, Emotepe, Metepoa. E corona tikato tut kurma it's coronata wow 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 Hirmako fanatete. And as our feet firmly planted on the ground, take a moment to breathe. And breathe it out. A couple of times more. Hiramatu farana khai to torma khai to torma khai to torma khai to farana khai to Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Ismaha toma hismaho toma hismaho toma hismaho fana. Rasakata torana khai to torma so farana khai to torma. Holotoma khai to skafto to farana sketo to farana hai. Okay, and as we come back to this, friends, Egypt's activation, we said, is for star seeds, light workers, light beings, star beings. When the light language comes out, we understand that you are getting downloads. Why? Why? Because right now we have come into the space of just having gone through the solar eclipse. And in the solar eclipse, as in other solar eclipses, the moon comes into the shadow of this, or comes into the light of the sun. And the sun is representative of the divine masculine and the moon is depiction or representative of the divine feminine. Together they represent source. What's happening today is, when I finish this little bit of an introduction, Maria Teresa is going to go through and do her part. She'll also be doing a poem for us. A poem. Her poetry is a lot about ascension. So she's doing ascension poetry in her daily life, one of the things she's doing. And after that, Claire is going to come through, and Claire is going to do her part of activation. Most feels like Maria Teresa is doing the awakening part, because this activation is about awakening, activating, and aligning to our soul's purpose. All of us, star seeds, star beings, light workers, light beings. Okay? And so after Claire has done the activation part, I will do my part, my alignment part, I think. And I say I think because a lot of it is about going with the flow and in the moment, okay? That's what we need to be. That's just what's happening. Okay, I needed to say that. And Claire will be sealing for us this activation. I would like to say this before I hand over to Maria Teresa. This activation is timeless whenever you catch it, because you will get the recording posted on the channels as well. It's timeless. It also does not matter whether you're male or female. Okay? Because in your past lives, in our past lives, I'll say in our past lives, we have been the other gender. And even if that gender was not a thing, we were that thing. Okay, so it's all okay. Doesn't matter. This is applicable to anyone. I did say star seeds, light beings, light workers, star beings. Okay, but remember that many of us are still awakening. Many of us have not come to the realization of who we are. So that's why this is timeless, and it's applicable to everyone, even if they are not aware of it. In that sense, okay, everyone that comes into that, I'm a light worker, I have come here, I'm a starseed, I've come here to support humanity through this ascension process, through this transformation process. Right. If you do not identify with being one of those things like starseed, light being, light worker, or whatever in this time and space, you were called here, you were attracted here. So that's necessary, that's important to say. And now I'm going to hand over to you, Maria Teresa, Irama kutufarana hetse, tukuranetiero tutufa. And we will let you do your part now. Thank you and welcome.
So this is a poem that I channeled on the eve of the last solar eclipse in April. This is called Dawn of a New Age. Cryptic writing on the tomb of Nefertiti speaks of soul reunions, divine meeting. Like the moon, she glows, and as the sun, she does shine. Blinding beauty calls love's devotion deeply inside. Witnessed in surrender, magic resides in mystery's ride. Salt water solace dissolves the crust of yesterday's ideas. The mind relaxes so the heart can simply feel. Animals creep in towards the soul that sparkles as it gathers. Powerful light-sourced energy that feeds the masses. Through sacred messages written in poetic passages, tuning into highest frequency ignites a knowingness. Connection nourished by spirit's unwavering guidance continues to show us all the answers are within. Faith's chorus resounding hymn, all the world is alive. The presence found in nature is a masterful guide. Reach out a hand and be transported to rainbow side. A brand new existence opens us wide to all the wonder we have ever dreamed, locked into a paradigm birthed through ancient relics creed. And I will just say one of my phrases that I use in my sessions: in light and in shadow, always with love. And namaste. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there more you want to say? Or is...
I want to say that children of light are all coming together. There's a lot of emotion. I'm feeling a lot of emotion because this poem is the second poem in my 11th collection, which is called My Soul's Stretches, Exercises in Remembering. And that is what is happening. We are each pieces of the puzzle for one another. And when we come together, we remember why we are here and what we are here to do. And that is to change humanity forever. So it is just so overwhelming and beautiful. And I was guided to this beauty in front of me that has invited me onto her channel. And I am just super, super grateful to be reunited with the beings that I have spent many, many lifetimes with. And I'm just here to help everybody on their journey. Yeah. It's overwhelming and beautiful.
Wow, thank you for that. That is awesome. Yeah, kia ora mate whanako. This very important and very special that you were here because you're holding space for so many and looking so beautiful with your crown. Te makata totora he takoro te kawahe. And so Claire is here, and Claire is going to come in now, and Claire is going to do the activation for us. And we're just going to let it flow, everybody. At this point, I'm going to encourage you, if you don't have your water, get your water. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. We have got some interesting guardians here today. But for the moment, they will come forth and speak later on. But here, we are now going to hand over to you, Claire.
Just want to say that there's a lot of emotion coming through already. So here it comes. Ikhamata sikama tihamaka tamahera. Elhomoka matane kina mati kisinahama yakamaha sitiyamokoma. Elamoko masina heto mahera pakana sikiti amakiarantia nama heama siti. Elamoko mahira heamoto na tasikema tama tiama arentiana. Esto moka matia mati kiria maha tiara pakarietiksira moa matiana. Isira motoa ma siama. Iro mosiki ta mahe no ko mahe pokana siama tiama. Era matia koko mahe rama. Era mo kera mahe ni kera mo ko masira na ta ni kera mata siro la mahe na mo ko mahe sira ma kiana. Esa mahera mato makia ne he te ki siti kera mata mahera mo ko ma. Era matiti ke tiko ma. Ela mo ko mahiana. Ela mai sida mai. Le matikana he la mahirana sikina mahte ama tike ti sike ti sikara maha na he a mohani kia ese era mahira ko ama tiana era mo kona sikiana ma tiki na he na ko ama sikia mahera ma sikiana bata sikiana ai matikira na sia matia esto moko mai garanti. Esta macarita pasikinara makiana hera toma si creo como siana me alla maena che atsikirene esto mohadina masira de kama freme sita masakiana esto mohana ela mokiana sira matiana he kotoma si isi Erambasada, eramati karamatuka haren no makwama he, haramati, askara herang haya sikotona ekamat keramat koramasi karamasi, itimus koma mata, is.
Well, it looks like we've lost Claire in terms of the internet, but it's probably going to come through anyway, friends, as we are waiting for Claire to reconnect with us. I need to say thank you again, and there's just so much happening at this point in time. And I just feel, I mean, hey, I've just got some downloads from that light language. And, we just kind of, at this point, I would say, think about how you are feeling in this time, how it's feeling for you. There you are. You're back, Claire? She's a bit frozen there again, so we'll just carry on. Oh, there you are.
I was still going.
No, it just froze, but that's good. That's wonderful. That's okay. That's all really okay for us. You know that.
All that high frequency just.
I was just yeah, that's okay. And thank you, Claire. Thank you for the perseverance with us, because it's such an incredible thing to be happening, and you're doing it. So please carry on. If you're feeling so led. Yeah.
Era matiro moa masira mehe no moa mastiti ala mahe. Ala makiara. Ona mahe sikra mahe mo krama ti mahe na kura meskere he mo hoa mahar ke kata mahe ko ma askere mahe. Hala me ti sikra ma eto mo makate he ma ti si ti ma he mo ko mahe na ti hera ti si hala me kia maha. Ira mati karameti si hamahera mo ko si ti ama ki tuko mahera mati. Te kia mahora mati si kia mati pa maho hamaha ti sa ukra maha si amahe kamahea. E tonka ma. E amanahe ananahera he. Koramahe, sirama korama kitana matana santira matikara hera makwama tira hera mko asitia koma tasaria era mahahi matasi matakena koma tisi koma era matasa tia koma ta La toma sia mahera matusto mahiti ama kara hera masia mapita na kuma sia mana hea makatia si hamati tokama. Thank you.
Well, beautiful, Claire. Thank you. How are you doing?
That was intense.
Yeah, I thought so. And the beautiful singing is awesome. Did you have any? Do you have
Yeah,
any downloads? Any downloads from that you can explain in to us in English?
no,
Okay.
no. Just definitely a feminine energy at first, the
Yeah.
first one, and lots of light flashing, like
Okay.
just all over the place, and lots of energy going, and then more masculine came through. That's kind of maybe when y'all lost me, and so
Sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was intense, and yeah. Anyway.
Okay. This is really interesting, beautiful, and interesting, and all of those wonderful things. So, friends, we come to this time now when I do something, and I have been pondering and asking the guides for a message. And one of my one of the things I did this evening, not long before we got online, was I called in a few people because I just felt that today the energy was so intense, and I don't know if it was intense because of the I don't know if it was intense because of the eclipse, but yes, we'll have to say yes to that one, right? But I just didn't understand my intense feeling, right? Because it was just intense, and I felt like I needed some guidance for this activation. I'd had guidance for the last 2 days and all of that, and suddenly it was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do, but here we are, and this is what we're doing. And so I just called in the help of Archangel Michael, and I called in the help of Archangel Metatron. Archangel Michael, because of the protection, because he traverses with his legions of angels to protect us. He's got legions of angels. He doesn't just have the sword. And remember always to ask him for protection with ease and comfort, because sword can be a bit painful. Painful protection. Another time we can always explain what that means. And Archangel Metatron is the archangel that is here to help us through the ascension process. And so today, as we are here, we come to this time where we've got all these guardians helping us. I've called in my guides, the Phoenix. They say to me, I haven't called them enough. I don't lean upon them enough. And I hope you too will realize that about yourself and call upon your guides. And I channel the Phoenix if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about. And so I've called upon them, and they are here. I've also called in Micah. Micah is my Mercury dragon. The dragons had to come. I did wonder about them. They had to come, but Micah is here for communication. Micah is here to help us with our internet communications. Micah is here with his squad to help us so that we get the interpretation, or that we interpret this in a high vibrational way. Why so important for us to do this activation? Because we are called here in this time and space to rise up to our soul's purpose, to rise up to the purpose that we are here to fulfill. Many of us, in fact, all of us, have heritage, have times, a lifetime in Egypt, whatever that was, whenever that was. I kept hearing today Imhotep. I think Imhotep was I hope I'm saying the name right, was a pharaoh, right? Imhotep was a pharaoh. And who is the one that brought Egypt to us in the biggest way possible? If you know the story of Moses, yeah, okay. So and so we have all this guidance, and we are awakening and activating and aligning to what it is that we have to do. Some of us will have to go to this ancient land. Some of us will have to go there to be activated for certain things for this next process that we are going through in terms of this ascension process. In fact, I wish all of us will be going. In fact, I welcome that. All of us will be going. There is something there. If you're in this, if you're watching this activation, there is something there for you. All right. Some of you are watching and you're holding space. There is something in there for all of us in this. Okay. So I'm going to show a few cards and I'm showing them according to the number. And of course, the Fateful African Goddess Rising Oracle card deck is the one I'm using by Abiola Abrahams. We mention it because we must make context to this. This is not my work. It is her work. First card, friends, is the number 10 card. And I've got to get that book. And it is Mahat, giving and receiving. Okay, this is the order of this card, of the cards. I'm going to read what that means. They're very small messages. Mahat, goddess of giving and receiving. Her origin is Egypt. She is the element air. Goddess Mahat represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name means order, as her father, Egyptian sun god Ra, rose out of the chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. Mahat's guidance is reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. The embodiment of this goddess is giving and receiving, is spiritual law and spell work. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. Receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. The goddess's declaration is, I give easily and freely. I receive freely and easily. Mahat, Mahat. Right. Oh, I have to bring it through. Sekmet. Number 15. Claire's giving us a lot of responses to the cards that are coming out, and she will be sealing this activation. So she's going to tell us a little bit about that, I'm sure, before she seals the activation. Sekhmet. What's she? The number 15. Which, and by the way, Mahat was the number 10, which is a 1 in numerology. So here we are on the precipice of something new, change, the new life, the new phase. That's what we're bringing in today. Solar eclipse and new moon. Right, Sekhmet's number 15, which is a 6. 6 is really about family, guardianship, all of those things. Sekhmet is the goddess of wounded healers. She is the element fire. Sekhmet is the fierce ancient Egyptian goddess of war, the sun, and healing. She carries life force in her palm with the power to create or destroy. Sekhmet's guidance is, heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except you. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. When did you decide to become a martyr? Take a breath. Wounded healers hold sadness, rage, and fears of brokenness. Being a warrior wasn't a choice for our beloved foremothers. They did the best they could. But being a goddess warrior for us is knowing that we have the choice not to fight all the time. Deep dive questions. What are your swords? The weapons you use to fight. And what are your shields? The ways you defend yourself. Dare to lay the burdens down, along with your swords and shields. The goddess's declaration is, it is safe to put myself first. Wow, friends, we cannot make this up. It is time for all of us to put ourselves first. Not at the detriment of all of those closest to us. Because remember, when you put yourself first, you're also empowering them to come into that oneness and understanding of putting yourself first. Self-love, self-love, that's the key. Okay. Right. And so, the next goddess is Kitesh. Now, I'm going to show this picture, and it looks a little bit nude-like, but because it's kind of, but why not, right? We are going to do this. We are not meaning anything dodgy, but we're going to show it up. And I won't hold it up, okay, just to make sure. This is Kitesh, Qetesh, goddess of sacred lust. We're going to have to bring this in, please. She comes from the temple of lovers, okay? And her element is fire. Of course, it's going to be fire. Kitesh, the mistress of the gods, is the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her two men, yes, are the fertility god Min and Montu, the god of war. You got to smile, friends. You got to have a little bit of humor with this, okay? Because we're talking about the gods and goddesses. And of course, you know, they were quite open about those things, all right? Her guidance is, you are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. Haha, sacred, my friends, sacred. The embodiment of this goddess is, you deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. The goddess's declaration is, it feels good to feel good. It feels good to feel good. I gotta laugh. What can I say? Look at her one more time. There you go. Hopefully we don't get a strike for that, but there you go. We have to address this because many of us are having inhibitions in this area of our lives. We came to have a lot of fun and happiness and joy and pleasure and love on this planet. This is one of the things that puts us into a very high vibrational state. Nirvana. There you go. We have to address it. And by the way, these are the African goddesses. Did you think you weren't going to get slapped? Because that's what they'll do to you. That's Africa we're talking about there. Okay. All right, friends. Seems like I'm taking long, but no, we need to go through this. Apparently, it's very African of us. We have to do it. Okay, the next one, of course. There she is. Miss. Don't know, I won't say Miss. Goddess, Isis, I say. All right. And hey, look at what she's doing. She's being a mother. It's a little bit out there, the picture, but we're talking about an African goddess here. Okay. I'm going to put the picture down now. Okay. And I'm going to read. I sit, goddess of spiritual surrender. Her elements is bush, and she is a high priestess. Comes from the temple of the high priestesses. Goddess Isit is revered as a magical healer and sorceress. She of 10,000 names. You may know her as Isis, her Greek name, or Oset, or Aset, or Wuset. Isit was worshipped in ancient Nubia, the Sudan region, Egypt, and beyond. So all of those places. Her guidance is, let it all go. Say aloud now, I surrender. Come on, friends. I surrender. I surrender. Yeah, these words cast a spell. Breathe them in. Breathe them in. The goddess's embodiment is release control. Stop bonding around struggle. Hand the keys to the divine. Allow spirit to carry you and fill in the gaps. You don't have to figure it all out. God, Goddess, has your back. Have faith in where you are at this moment. The goddess's declaration is everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. Everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. There you go. And last but not least, we'll have to bring her in, won't we? Nefertiti. I hope I'm saying her name right. She is the number 38 card in this deck. And I know she's last and she should have been second to last. But there's a reason for Nefertiti being last. I'm going to hold her up. Why? She's the goddess of alchemy. And her element is fire. There's a lot of fire in this activation ceremony. Nefertiti was a legendary Egyptian queen whose name means a beauty has come. Celebrated as a goddess and her husband's equal, Queen Nefertiti led a spiritual revolution, worshipping Aten, the sun god. Her guidance is, it is time you turn everything that life throws you your way into gold. It is time everything that life throws your way into gold. You are on the path to fulfilling your purpose. Her embodiment is, you are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy. Dare, my friend, to transmute lead into gold by shifting from fear to love. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Match this frequency. See it in your mind's eye first. Imagine it. Imagine it. Imagine this. I am loved fully. What does being loved fully mean? What does it look like, taste and feel, or smell? To be loved unconditionally. I am happy and healthy. Well, see it. See it. I am a money magnet. Yes, see it. I am a money magnet. What does that feel like? The goddess's declaration is, everything I touch turns to gold. Everything I touch turns to gold. Now, friends, I know that was a little bit long. And so it was. It had to be. I'm going to do a light language now. But there is one more person that wants to come through, and I will bring that one more person through after this light language. I say person, but that one person is all of us. That one more that's coming through is all of us. Yeah. Yamakoto Farina. Okay, I'm going to turn musicians mode on as I need to. In case I start to sing, because you know the guides, what they do, like, right? They just suddenly come up and do whatever. Everybody, Yamakata Farana Haita Farana Haita Farana Haita Farana Haita Faranama. Kunamatiti, Kunamatiti, Kurumahai. Wow. Hakuna Matia, and as your feet are firmly planted on the ground, take a breath, my friends. Hirmakatafana teya toa teya toa teya. Oh, laina teferete tenemetoa. Oh, hatikiratu hatalana safoa. Yeah, I'm just asked to be still for a moment. Keta koro ta kirana tufo. Yeah, neta. Trust your process, friends. And so, in stillness, we're receiving something. So, kibakiti, kibatito, sabakitskurk. And we say to you, Claire, you've landed. The golden cloak that you've got, and you've brought with you the squad. And to the collective, I would say to you, and that was go ana te ana khulse Ananda rose marudona makhuturu anetefe. So to eins. I'm just hearing Ananda Rose just said to Claire, but Simoro no Kotsama, but Claire is bringing us through this. Kamatu do or Khasamaka do good get school zurute. Ya khurmak to kurma khatsamakhu surha anata or khaitse to anatfe to nukta. Arma khamatu ay nete akhrenete urkhotmake oto kurma ete. I am told starseeds, light beings, remember the message of Nefertete. She is the number 38, and it's just 11 and I says number 44 you have been activated, you have been awakened, you have been cleared for flight, my friends. Irutuko atenatu aratsa fa eto corona khaitsa katati corona mutua elamachai nemoto nemate urutene tetefe urutene tetefene te remoto machai ne toto corona khaitsa ma orona aita aunto Yema, yemachai, yemachai, machai, machai, mocha, yemachai, mochumachai. Ramatseto toro nachaina, tito tamarachai tamato, kamata. And now I hold up to you this dragon. Doha. This dragon is Source Dragon. Daha. 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 This dragon is here today. It's attuning you to the infinite. Be still. In the silence, magic can happen, and be in the moment. In the center of all the dimensions, I'm reading from the book now, friends. In the center of all the dimensions, galaxies and universes, is an infinite point of pure stillness and love. This is the heart of Source, and from it flows the most incredible illumination. As the wishes of Source flow forth, the illumined angels, known as the seraphim, sing, Om. The vibration of master creation at a 12th dimensional frequency. This allows the will of the creator to spread as seed thoughts into the universe. 9th dimensional transparent white source dragons exist purely to attend to the divine will and turn wishes into reality. They step down the light into a 9th dimensional level so that we can access it. They act as portals of light through which we can connect with the energies of the infinite. Our guidance today is a Source Dragon has come to you now because it is time for you to enjoy a period of stillness with awareness. So breathe deeply and listen to the silence. Something very sacred is coming into your life. This could be anything from the fruition of a long-held dream to becoming a true master. It is being presented to you now. Be diligent, calm, and focused, and remember to breathe deeply. Breathe. Breath is the key to being in the moment, and this is where the greatest magic happens. Ask the Source Dragon to accompany you on every step of your exciting new journey, and always remember that the present moment creates your future. This book, this narrative in the book is on page 110 and page 111. I dare not say anymore. I also want to say, friends, today, before we went to air, Claire and Maria Teresa talked about the color they're wearing, and they're wearing white. Here we go. In flesh, your two Source Dragons. Guardians here in this activation. Friends, karamakoto faranakai totoromachai tamaramachai 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 romachai tafaranato arasatatafaranachai. I am closing out my part and handing over to you, Claire. Iskaranatifeke, are you okay to take this? Kisaramato. Namaste.
I just wanted to, I guess what's coming through is, you know, I don't get many translations for my light language. And just a reminder that your soul receives the message. You just have to keep your heart open to receive it. And for those out there who are expecting to be, as someone in my group put it, slapped in the face with a spiritual awakening. My guides are telling me to remember that it's subtle. The energies, it's in between the breaths and in the stillness that we hear the whispers, the subtle energies, and making sure that our heart space is as large as we can make it to receive. That's where it comes in. And there's been so much talk about fire in this whole trip. I'm a part of a group that's a 2-part journey, and I came for the second journey. And the first part was a big focus on healing old wounds. I mean, for all of us, but message I received was, I mean, we are burning it down. We are burning it down to the ashes and rising from the ashes, just like a phoenix rose. And this is our time. This is our time. Our time is now. So whatever you're holding on to, whatever you're waiting for, time is now. You got to step into the unknown and trust the process. Universe is there for you. You just have to make space for it. And so now I ask everybody to close their eyes, place their hands over their heart, and take some deep breaths into your heart space. And just feel it open. I like to imagine a giant lotus flower when I breathe in. Water coming in through my crown into my heart, and a lotus flower that blooms from the water that just grows and grows and grows. Itamakhe tokramukwa mastiki amatia makiata. Estia moko amatikia na hetokoma esiama eaka. Ila makiana city, ila mata sia makiana heta mato kia masitia ma omia. Oh, I know who this is. This is the second time this being has come through on me. What a matisi e makana heto soma ea masititia ma yadama. E amati si o mokamati e masa. Ita makia nati e moa mahia natia. Sita makoma ia mahea. Iha matea sitio makatatia. So matia he moka. Sita makia heta makia ti sua. Sia makata. Sita makiata. Taking a deep breath. Wiggle your toes, your hands, wiggle. And remember, do some grounding today. And that, my friends, is all. Thank you.
Wow. Yes, so all of us are on screen now. We can all speak with each other. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Maria Teresa. Wow. Wow.
So much. So much has come through that has been a very deep resonance for me in my own journey.
Yeah. You want to add something?
What I've been writing. Yes, I do. So I wrote a post about 3 years ago on the divine reverence of Saint Ignatius. Saint Ignatius is the one who said, set the world on fire. Be free and set the world on fire. I hold mostly fire energy within my own being. So much of that, speaks to me. I shared with you, Ananda, that Isis came to me 5 years ago and said, there will be promises that will be fulfilled. And this is the time of that. This is Goddess rising. I do feel for me, some language coming through. So I want to share that. I want to
Go for
put
it.
myself
Yeah.
musician's mode here. Hey, Yahweh, oh, I. Omone alane achane ala shela fasta tu pete achara pete ai roto ai te ala me achono me la shela paya te ofone alane achane eshane omone alane 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 oh yeah ali ai oh yeah hey ai Yahweh, oh. And Amalanase, Alamanase, Alamanase, Achanamoshete, Apotate, Alamate, E Afasane, Ochone, Lapate, Ashane, Tupuvate, Etiputa, Labake, Tepatala, Te Shasa, Pata, Okana, Fate, E Potanate, I and a Putai, Kate Pochete, Akate, Omane, Alame, Enanase, Swatai, Kate, Po, Iate, Iate, Omone, Alane, Ashane, Hey, ay, 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 Flowing, 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 flowing. There's a lot of golden light within this session, and I just feel the angels' presence. I also work with seraphim, and yeah, this is just beautiful. Like there's just so much, like Claire said, this is our time. So I'm very, very grateful to be here at this time. It's highly emotional.
Thank you. That was just incredible. Wow. Well, Claire, is there anything you want to add before we say goodbye to everybody and close our session completely?
No, I just want to thank anybody who's here live and anybody who watches the recording. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, and bless everybody.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Maria Teresa. Thank you, Maria Teresa. I know that this was something else, and I am eternally grateful. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And we have got such committed light workers. Look at those Claires in Egypt. Maria Teresa is in Florida, and it's like the wee hours of the morning there, waking up at 4 a.m. or before, 3 a.m. probably, to get ready to be in this state, and you're not even looking like you are sleepy. Just so thank you. I am eternally grateful. This is what we're doing in terms of, I know it's sleep lost or you on a camera, but the point is it's the heart, that's the platform of heart that it's all coming from. It's all about love, right? It's about love. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, for joining us. I'm just yeah, amazed at how this has gone and how it's going and what else is to happen in the future. Looking forward to catching up with all of you again for the next activation, and can't tell you which one that is just yet and when it's happening, but you'll know maybe a week out before it happens, like we did Egypt. Okay, thank you so much, and I would love to hear what happened for you in this activation, how you felt. So do share your thoughts, because we like to know. And if you're going to go to Egypt after this activation, if you get the download or if you get the alignment and you're finding yourself on that ancient land, please share it with us. We'd love to know, because I think we all got activated for this today. So thank you, everybody out there. Thank you, Maria Teresa. Thank you, Claire. Yeah, yeah. We're going to say this. Namaste. Namahi, and Mahat al Salama.
Salama.
Mahat
Yes.
al Salama. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ananda. Thank you, Claire. This was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies, you stay
Bye.
with me and we will say bye to everybody. Yaramaka
Goodbye.
Fatatomo. Thank you.